Our next honoree has personally impacted NASA research and discoveries, not just on Earth, but throughout the solar system, including Mercury, Venus, Mars, and Pluto. And that's just the beginning of Joseph Kovacs' accomplishments. Jay, will you please join me? Jay earned his undergraduate degree at Trenton State College and his Master of Management at Penn State. He is Vice President and Chief Engineer at Stinger Gafarian Technologies. Did I do all right?
You got good. Yes.
He has managed the engineers and scientists who work to design, develop, deploy, and operate the Mars Science Lab rover Curiosity. His scientists also process data for humanitarian purposes, monitoring drought, floods, hurricanes, and ice mass in Greenland and Antarctica. In addition to his professional accomplishments, his nominators describe Jay as having a remarkable intellectual capacity, a humble approach, and a subtle and much appreciated sense of humor. It's a pleasure to present Jay Kovacs with the Alumni Fellow Award.
Thank you, President Barron. First, I'd like to thank Dean Youngkin of the Graduate School, who was not able to be here tonight, for all of her support in achieving this award, but also in her support for my efforts to support the Graduate School Alumni Society on her behalf. I'd also like to thank Chancellor Nemes from the Penn State Great Valley campus. The Penn State Great Valley campus offered me a unique opportunity in my career to go back and achieve my Master's of Business Administration that I probably wouldn't have had anywhere else out there. And it's really impacted my career leading up to being a Vice President and Chief Engineering of a major aerospace engineering company. Over the last couple of days, starting back last Saturday, I've had the opportunity to interact with a lot of students here on campus. Saturday obviously was a special day on campus for Penn State, but for several reasons. Obviously beating Ohio State is a big deal, but there's a group of students on campus that are working a project called the Lunar Lion Program. And that's a group of engineering students who get together on evenings and weekends working around their class schedules to build a lander to land on the moon. This is a completely student-led opportunity. And over the weekend, they had a test where they were actually able to demonstrate their vehicle taking off and landing. Really an incredible accomplishment, but what's really amazing about that is just the opportunity that they have here. I had breakfast with several of them this morning, and they talked about during that test, the first time they tried it, they actually were not successful. And a lot of us were standing out there in the cold, and I have to admit we didn't stick around for the second test, but they did persevere. They went back, they did some analysis on why that experiment didn't work and figured it out, and they went back, and 3 hours later they were able to successfully take off their vehicle and land it again. The opportunities that they have here just to support that research here in the university is very encouraging. As I was talking with them this morning, they said the one thing that they learned out of that is that the first time they did the test, they didn't consider that a failure. There's a lot of people who would say, oh, that didn't work, and they would go back and be depressed about it. But the quote that the one student gave me, and he's going to give a talk in a couple of weeks, and it's going to be the theme of his talk, is his quote was that wasn't our failure, that was the beginning of our success. And I thought that was really profound to come out of a student here. And the opportunities that they have here, it's very encouraging to see what our future looks like. And that's really been the big blessing that I've had being here on campus the last couple of days. So in closing, I'd just like to thank my family who's here with me today for all of their support throughout my career. I'd like to thank my grandkids who are here too, Juliet and Tyler. Importantly, because as they've come into my life, they've reminded me what's important and how important family is. But they've also reminded me that there are life lessons that you can learn this late in our age. The life lesson I learned from my grandson is that you're never too young, or you're never too old to appreciate a good sliding board. So Thank you very much, and thank you for this honor.